Living in a daydream. Ooh, such a sweet thing. Life on the big screen. It's such a beautiful scene, yeah.
Batch record number
Stoked
2.
to be here.
Wait.
We're back in the
Let me just
kitchen.
triple check I hit record on that.
Yeah. So while Jake is triple recording, this is our weekly plug, just to make sure you have checked out the Morocco tickets. If you're hearing this, they're still on sale. If they're not, they've sold out. So make sure you get them if you can.
What if this chair...
That is a bit of a... I like those pants.
Thanks, man. Cut to the wide.
Ooh.
You as well.
Thank you.
Outfit you wore last week?
I've actually never worn this before.
On the podcast. It was a podcast batch recording joke.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Guys, we just recorded last week's a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
And we're just batch recording.
Yeah.
So one of the downfalls of batch recording is that I can't open with the usual, like, how you been? What have you been up to? Because I already know. Nothing's changed
Just
in the
caught
past
up.
3 minutes.
We just got up.
We just talked for an hour
Did you
and
want
a
to
half.
put on the sweatshirt?
Oh, well, yeah.
Nah. Next episode?
Next episode.
Which will be after this one. Same day. Third batch recording.
All right, guys.
I'll just go shirtless, so it's a whole different day.
Yeah, I did think about bringing different shirts, but I figured, what's the point?
Nah, who
What's
cares?
the point?
I mean, Cherish is an Apple listener.
We're starting off with Cherish.
So-
Cherish had probably 10 mentions in the last episode. She's
Cherish,
at 1,
how you doing?
2.
Hope you're doing well. We would like if you moved to YouTube just for engagement, Easter egg
Something.
sponsors,
Just
etc.
just see what we're
Yeah.
sitting in.
See the love in our eyes as we talk about you guys.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of nice hearing the vendor table pod say, "Yeah, Runaway Vows, they have nice lighting." And I'm sitting here like,
Did they?
They did.
When?
When
I
they
need this clip.
when they shouted us out. They said, "Yeah, I've been listening to Runaway Vows." And they're like, "Yeah, those guys are great." And I was just getting all warm and fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, "No, mainly like they're great, but like, man, their lighting is good." And I'm like,
That's so nice of them.
"What lighting recently? You know, we've been at, well, you have great
My office
lighting.
claps.
Yeah, Jake has great lighting. I just
Your line's been great.
I
You know
try-
exposure really well.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
DP.
funny you say that because last time we did remote, I blew it on the exposure. I didn't expose.
Oh, the
you-
background.
Yeah,
the
I
blinds.
didn't expose for the background and then light. I just
exposed for the face.
yeah,
Always.
I just put my camera there and exposed. But
I love the vendor table.
yeah, they said we had great lighting, and
Yeah.
so then we decided to drop a couple $100 and
Make it better.
go in a studio, just purely gaslit into
Yeah.
believing
This is such a dope
that
studio,
we need
guys.
to
Yeah.
keep up with our lighting.
Yeah. But I think vendor table is a good example of quality conversations,
Yeah.
which we got to work on.
Yeah, which inspired us to get back in the same room
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Because-
There's the substance of vendor table
Yeah.
is top tier.
Yeah.
And your lighting's not bad, you guys. But you're photographers, so you guys
But-
usually shoot
but
raw.
hey,
What do you know about video?
No, they have a producer.
Yeah.
I
Kills it.
Yeah, I saw him posting, and he does a really good job.
Yeah. No.
We should get a producer. at
Probably
some
the
point.
best wedding
Yeah.
podcast out there.
Seriously, we
Yeah.
love Vendor Table
Love
Pod.
Love the shout out to you guys.
Today, Jacob, what do we have on the
Ask-
menu?
A lazy topic.
We had nothing
So
else to talk
I just
about.
on the way over here, I always just love connecting with you guys. So I put on my story, ask me literally anything, and we will answer it. And so we're gonna go through, answer all these questions from Instagram. They're short, they're great. I'm actually, unless they're rude, I'm gonna leave them anonymous. If they're rude, I'm gonna call you out and mention
that.
your username.
Yeah, I
Fair?
like that. Yeah, I like that.
But we're actually gonna start with an anonymous one
Are there some
because
rude ones?
no, maybe there were
Yeah.
last time.
Okay.
That guy who called me Jack kind
Well,
of
that's just-
triggered me.
Eh,
Maybe Jake isn't a name over there in his country, but it kind of annoyed me. And then he like
Doesn't
baited me
speak
with like a,
English.
hey, DM me, I have a proposal for you. And it's like, that's slimy.
oh, he followed up with the proposal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, you're trying to swindle me into some scheme.
Yeah.
But we do have our first anonymous question actually comes from our submission form from our Written by You series.
Oh, nice.
And they use it as an opportunity to get in touch with us. So we're going to use that for the first question, then we'll move into the Instagram live questions. From a videographer. He says, I have a business question. Should you include the songs you used in the couple's highlight film in the raw footage drive that you mail to them? I was just sending one out, and while transferring footage, I thought they might really like to have the songs I used because they mentioned how much they liked them. Could there be any issues doing that, you think? I have licensing to them. Is that also an issue? Thanks. Never heard this question in my
I've
entire
never
career.
even thought of that. Yeah, I
I
haven't heard
know
that question.
videographers who don't include the audio when they sell their raw footage.
They don't include the audio. Do they sell it separate,
No,
or they just don't?
never get it.
It's probably because they're talking crap while they're filming.
Probably. No, I'm saying like the professional audio. Also, my voice sounds very
great.
guttural.
Sounds amazing.
I feel like it's because I've been coughing. So anyway, I'm not trying to sound like I'm seducing Nathan, but
great.
I usually am trying to seduce. Sorry, Kayla.
Your voice sounds great.
Thank you. No.
They don't include like the professional
F3,
recorded.
the lav mics.
Wow.
Because they don't want you to be able to edit your own film, and we all know that if you don't have the audio, you really can't edit a film.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I've heard people
That's
doing
low.
that. Yeah, so you can't like make your own ceremony edit.
I
I mean, the cameras you
care
can
for
hear
that.
the ceremonies because
Yeah.
the speakers, but
I don't care for that. I don't like that.
Interesting.
I've never thought of this topic though. My first impression would be no.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
It's my
just like
opinion. Sure, if you want to,
if you want to.
but no, I would. I never do.
I guess if you gave it to them, what's the purpose of that? Other than them just making another video with the music you already used to make the video?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah. There's no point.
I think it kind of peels the curtain back a little bit too much
Yeah.
somehow.
Right.
I think there should be some mystery in the edit.
Yeah. Maybe they'll, if you got it from MusicBed, they'll like reverse engineer it and be like,
Maybe.
oh, this is from MusicBed.
Yeah,
What genre?
also, but what if they abuse your licensed music, then you get banned?
Right.
We had a friend who just did that. Actually,
Probably.
we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what if they use it for something that the license doesn't cover? You know,
Yeah.
that's the.
Yeah, I'd say
So I'd say no.
probably safer not. Yeah. I'm glad we were able to talk to our point there.
At first, I was like, doesn't matter. And I'm like, that could be a criminal offense.
Probably shouldn't do it. Probably shouldn't do it.
Cool. Next, we're just
Easy.
we're just
Rapid
powering
fire.
through these.
Rapid
This is an
fire.
Ask Us Anything Q&A.
Yeah.
Canon R5 Mark II thoughts? No idea. I don't keep up with cameras anymore. I used to.
I just don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, it used to be my job to keep up with the camera, review them. It
Yeah.
hasn't been,
Yeah.
and I just don't care because I truly believe it doesn't matter.
I think the sooner we all realize we're just being sold on everything,
Yeah.
the happier we will all be.
Yeah.
That they're just holding back a little bit on every single release so that we keep just salivating for the next release.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, the Canon R5 Mark II, it's like great. But like that doesn't change what I've seen done with the R5. Like
I'm not
I've
this way.
seen some of the greatest
Yeah.
things I've ever seen filmed on the R5.
You buy a 2024 car, would you ever sell it for a 2025 car? The same model, the same exact car, but the next year's model? I usually would put a lot more years into it. No?
Me personally, I wouldn't care. I know there are car people that are just like, yeah, newest model
Sure.
and great. Like
Okay,
same
that's fair.
same thing
If
with
it
the
matters to
iPhone.
you, I guess.
iPhone
Okay.
too.
I do the iPhone.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't matter. Like
I don't think it matters. I think here's where it matters. If you have a Canon camera in the R5 series and you've been wanting new features and this camera has those features,
yeah,
then yes. But like if you're so content with your camera,
Yeah.
that's where I don't care.
not only if you want the features, but if the lack of those features is debilitating, like ruining something
Mhm.
in your workflow,
Yeah.
then sure, upgrade.
Yeah, like I'm really content with the FX3 setup we have. I love it so much.
Yeah,
I'll only be interested in Sony releasing a new camera if it's the FX3 Mark II with built-in NDs. That's the one feature
would
that
be a
I
game changer.
missed this year.
right.
Contrary to popular belief, I'd miss NDs. But
Yeah.
that's what would like, okay, I'll buy that one.
I agree.
But like
I
if it's
agree.
like 240 frames in 4K, I'm like, I've never needed that, never wanted it, never
Don't need
cared.
it.
Cool feature. But I'm like, I'm being gaslit into thinking I need it. I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the R5 right now is people are like 8K. Oh my gosh. And it's
Yeah.
been since the first
Mhm.
R5. It's like, oh my gosh, you can shoot oversampled
Your
R5. and-
4K looks like trash.
yeah, and it's like,
Maybe learn how to
I'm
shoot
not
better.
going to shoot in 8K.
Yeah.
We're not at that point. I remember when Parker was teaching, like, shooting 4K, even though the standard back then was still kind of 1080.
Still 1080.
But
Mhm.
he shot 4K to future proof it. And now people
Mhm.
are trying to be like, oh, you need to shoot in 8K to future proof it. And we're not there yet.
I think one was backwards
We're
because
not
social
there.
media is actually making us go backwards.
It's like vintagey.
no one
looking.
cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen those ads for
You can only upload it.
buy your vintage camera, and it's like a 2005 camera. I'm like,
Yeah.
vintage,
Sorry?
please.
I was 10 years old.
Anyway,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't
also,
matter.
I'm not saying this is you, person who submitted this question. But don't be careful to not buy a camera because someone YouTuber says you
It's the
should.
greatest camera, yeah.
If you need it, but
It-
like I when I get these questions, I'm like, can I have thoughts? I'm like, if I say I love that, will you buy it then?
Mhm.
Because that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Don't buy it
Yeah.
because of me. You should buy it for your needs.
Yeah, and like if you're a techie, if you like it, like power to you. If you like buying those things, great. I don't
Mhm.
care. We have friends who buys cars, cameras, like whatever. If that is your hobby and it makes you happy, just do it. But yeah, don't feel like you need to get it to
Yeah.
be continually upgrading so you can increase your prices and shoot better weddings. Like
Yep.
there's a lot better ways to do it.
I'm gonna read the first name of these people just because I think they might want the shout out.
Okay.
Dev asks, how to improve our filmmaking skills, bro. I'm a rookie, by the way. Dev, seriously, we spent all of last year making a beginner-friendly course for people who are in their first year of wedding videography. I'm not doing this pitch for you right now. I will link it below. We're currently selling it for 60% off. You can buy it below, but the goal with that course is to help rookies go from A to Z in wedding videography, from business to shooting to editing, coloring, drone, posing, networking. So if you're interested, I do think a course and a mentorship are the two best places to start. Courses are usually a lot more affordable than a mentorship. So and it's kind of like a virtual mentorship anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll link that below if
Yeah.
you're interested. I think it's probably one of the best ways to improve. That's how I improved. So Nate improved. Invest in education.
Yep.
Ember. Or, you know what? Screw it. We'll just say the names because they're cool. Ember and Ash Films. Any more U.S.-based workshops on the horizon?
Any more
We have
US
one
based?
ticket left in New York. Next. It's in like,
By the time
2
you're
weeks.
listening
Oh,
to
that's
this,
true.
it'll be like right now.
never mind. No. Nothing
Well,
currently.
by the time they're
launched.
listening to this, they could buy a ticket to New York.
It'd be a
in like
last
2
minute.
days
It'd be a
from now.
last minute gig.
Yeah.
But
September
love to
15th
join
through the
you.
18th.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing.
We are wanting to do another workshop next spring. We don't
Yeah.
know where that will be yet. Leading towards Utah.
I mean, Utah's beautiful.
Why not do like Southern Utah? That'd be a way different vibe than our last one. Like an Amangiri type thing. Amangiri.
Gear would be sweet.
Or even just like the Red Rocks or the White
Mhm.
Amphitheater where Courtney got proposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's actually a venue out in Cedar Hills, and it hosts like 50
We're
people.
doing that wedding in St. George next spring.
Yeah, Sand
We could time it right.
Maybe. Yeah. So
That'd be
right
actually a
now,
dope week.
that would be a good week. Right now, nothing, but we're in the talk phase of it.
Realistically, if we did one next spring, I think it would be local. It'd be
Yeah.
a Utah one.
Yeah.
Maybe Hawaii. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to do a Hawaii one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just expensive to get everyone there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're doing Hawaii, I want to like house everybody. That's
Right.
expensive.
Want the actual Hawaii
Dude, Southern
experience.
Utah, we could do that house.
What house?
The one you like. The one, I guess it's in
Cedar Hills or Cedar City.
It's a little far.
Cedar City.
But there's that one dope place with the pool, beach.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
house everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're planning a workshop now for you.
Yeah. Desert Color.
Maybe
that's
next
what it's
spring.
called.
Nothing on the books right now.
That's where Kayla's manager retreat was. It was in Desert Color.
Was it
It's
cool?
the coolest place.
Okay.
That would actually be
Locked
a
in.
dope place
How
to.
many people can you fit?
I think at this place there were like
So you get,
15.
houses.
There were like 15.
So we get 2 houses.
There's those houses are insanely nice.
Yeah.
And they have multiple bunk rooms. Which
Is that where you and Parker filmed that video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice houses. I think like 15 people were there.
I think we just plan our next workshop for
Yeah.
next spring.
All right, St. George, Utah.
Utah,
I
baby.
don't know when, but it'll happen.
Yeah. Be very relatively
Yeah.
soon if we
Yeah.
launch that.
Yeah.
Maybe after our Ireland workshop.
Right.
Cohiga. How to post high resolution videos to IG. People argue this. It kind of depends. I've seen like DaVinci users do that upscale export. It's like really, really crisp, kind of HDR looking. All I do is I do an export on Premiere Pro, the preset HD 1080p, and then I change the bitrate to be CBR, not VBR pass, and then I crank the CBR bitrate to be as high as possible. That's all I do. I do 1080p exports with a cranked bitrate, and I get comments asking about those settings, and so I think they look pretty good. That's all we do.
I think social media has also gotten a lot better.
I do too.
Do you remember?
The compression's way better.
Do you remember in like 2019,
It
2018?
used to be so obvious.
You
yeah.
uploaded and it's like, oh, I guess I just didn't get a good upload.
Yeah.
It's blurry. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
and now you can like prioritize
Yeah.
service and
And like
yeah.
reels too. They're
Mhm.
always pretty. Yeah.
Most important thing is to shoot sharp stuff too.
Yeah.
All right, William James Thornton.
Love the name.
I think I know this guy.
William James.
Was it hard for you to talk to the camera when you first started YouTube? I'm gonna let Nate take this one. That was so rude of me.
Jake's been talking to YouTube for many years and he's
Yes,
very
it
good
was.
at it.
Yeah.
I was in that industry. Like I was behind the scenes, and so I
Mhm.
saw Parker, I saw Jake, I saw Landon, all these guys talking to the camera. So I thought I knew how to talk to the camera. It is drastically different the second you actually start doing it.
When you watch it back that first
When
time.
you watch it back your first time. Yeah. So in our course, our year one, which we are going to be actively in the process of updating, making it look better, and applying the new standards. Finishing. The first couple like months, like I look back at the audio course that I taught, and I'm like, man, it's painful because you just don't
props
know.
to Nate here, because when we first started, Nate had never done a course. I lived courses. I was like, do you want to tackle this together? And he just wanted to do it himself, probably as like a let me learn by
Yeah, I
fire
just wanted to learn.
probably
Yeah,
moment.
just wanted to learn.
And I thought he did really well, to be honest. But I could just tell voice tendencies and things
Yeah.
that, you know. But I remember you saying like, man,
It clicked for me finally. There was one video. It was, I think, the drone course. I don't remember. I think it was like the composition lesson in the drone course, where I just felt natural. I felt finally like, okay, this is good. But yeah, I look back at the audio course and I remember what I was thinking. I remember I was trying to be like Parker, and Parker teaches just like very, very well. He just like, he doesn't talk too fast, doesn't talk too slow, but you can tell he's teaching. Like I watch some people's YouTube videos and it's just like this. They're just like conversing normally. And it's like, oh, Parker, you can tell he's teaching.
authoritative.
Yeah. And I was trying to do that. I was trying to be like,
Then those guys that compensate with like loud, like the Mr. Beast voice.
yeah,
But
exactly.
they're teaching. And that's not a
Exactly,
teaching
yeah.
style. It's an entertaining style.
And so I remember I was trying to do that, and I was compensating a lot by like facial expressions and talking very, very slow.
You were very slow talker.
Very slow.
Yeah.
And that's painful to watch back, but
The sloth from Zootopia.
I wouldn't say crazy.
And his videos were like an hour and a half long.
They were, dude. It
but they
took
were
me
for like a 7-minute
so-
video.
Yeah. So I guess to answer
But that was
this
a
question,
mindset we learned.
Yeah.
We learned that you learned that was a mindset.
I did, yeah, and that's actually a hilarious story because to answer this guy's question, William James Thornton, it was hard, but not for the reasons you would probably think. A lot depends on your personality.
Yeah.
You know, just talking to the camera, just pretend it's a person. The hardest part was just reading the dang scripts, man.
Yeah.
It took me an hour to record a video that ended up being 10 minutes. And so I would like knock off my whole day to do 2 videos.
Yeah.
And then one day you just come walking in the studio.
What's the analogy? The 4-minute mile?
Yeah, the 4-minute mile. It was a perfect analogy.
Yeah, I just wanted. I knew Nate was overthinking it because I was watching his edits, and he would say the same paragraph 3 times
Over and over and over.
and like you just kind of reset, and you feel like you have to get like
Right.
And then, but like what you learned is like the quicker you can just learn to kind of just be comfortable and natural,
Right.
it just takes off all the pressure.
Right.
And once the pressure's off and you're not tense, I used to be so tense talking to a camera. Like I just could feel my body just tense up.
Right.
So I was just like, I want to hit it perfectly and I wanted to read. But it's like once you can learn the teleprompter is a whole new muscle.
Yeah, the
Just
teleprompter is crazy
talk.
hard.
What the teleprompter is showing you and not read.
Read it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I walked in one day and I just wanted to show Nate, and it was a big video. And I did it in one take. I just knocked it out in probably 10, 15 minutes.
I
or
want to
however
say you
long.
knocked out like 3 videos in like 30 minutes.
I think it was.
And I'm
And
like-
not even kidding. Nate's never gone back.
Well,
Nate, I walked out. He's like, I'm like, just did 3. And he's like, that was half an hour. And I remember that was half an hour. And I was like, yeah. And he just goes, and then he went to do did the same thing, knocked out his first video ever in 10 minutes,
yeah.
one
That was-
take.
that
And it was
crazy.
great.
It was the 4-minute mile.
Because he was
yeah.
just talking. You were just talking.
It is something of beauty when you. I still will do first takes multiple times and last takes multiple times. You know, CTAs
same.
and things like that. But there's something beautiful when you just say the line the first time and it's just like, okay, that's it. Like I'm done. Like you just kind of get in this mindset of, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna talk. This is it.
Yeah, but I would
You get
apply
more
this to
relaxed.
shooting as well.
Yeah.
And photographers, but also about videographers. When I know I have the shot, or at least good enough shot, I'm really happy with it. I just move on,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to stand there and make the couple bake in the heat longer, or make a micro change, or let me just brush this tiny strand of hair. I'm like, well, what do a movement shot?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna mess up anyway.
gonna
So it's just
move.
like, I think the principle is like, be happy and be natural and get it, and then when you know it's good enough, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Point of what's the phrase when anyway.
And just like start your own YouTube channel. Just don't need subscribers. Just start posting stuff. A platform where no one is watching. You don't have friends and family on there, and just start posting stuff on there, and you'll get way more comfortable.
And I had Nate, because I knew Parker had me do this, edit, because we have an editor, but I asked Nate to edit his own videos for a little bit.
That's true. You edit your own
Because just
video.
watching yourself talk, and then you being frustrated as an editor at what you have to cut out,
Right.
teaches you so much.
It really does. Yeah. So that's one thing was teaching courses, and then editing my own YouTube video where I'm actively like teaching while shooting. That was a different thing where I'm like, man, I'm talking way too much. I need to teach while I'm shooting.
Yeah. And it's a bad habit, but like, because it's easier. It's easier to look at the camera and say, here's what we're about to do, and then do it. But it's like, but the value in education comes from talking as you do it, on the fly.
Right.
And Parker's a master
So good
at this. So as he's posing, he's like talking under his breath through his microphone. Okay, so I'm tapping the screen here because my composition, and like he's just talking as he goes, instead of like you just listening to like a podcast essentially for 10 minutes and then a 5-second clip of us doing it. It's like, well, anyway. So it takes practice. It's a muscle.
And we're both very blessed to have Parker as a mentor.
Absolutely.
Like, could not have had a better person to teach us.
And hot take, I still think Parker's the best who's ever done it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Education on YouTube.
He's the best.
Maybe you think style-wise there's cooler, more adventurous people, but I think from a person who can teach well, Parker's the best who have ever done it.
Yeah. I
in
agree.
a clear, concise, and informative way that covers all the bases. Deadpool Wolverine. Well, the movie as itself, it's a question.
Deadpool
You don't choose
or
one.
Wolverine? I mean, I'm
a diehard Hugh Jackman fan.
I would say Wolverine. I'm not a Deadpool
I'm a
fan.
diehard Hugh Jackman fan.
Yeah, I would say Wolverine.
And this movie solidified Hugh
Wolverine?
Jackman's legacy. Are you a Christian? Yes, we are. Proudly.
Well, Jacob.
Excuse me? Dave's leaving.
No.
Leaving the fold.
Yeah, we are Christian,
Yeah.
We belong
Happily
to the
Christian.
Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. You
Proudly,
probably know us
happily.
as Mormons. And then they'll be like, wait, you're not Christian.
We are.
We are.
We believe and love Jesus Christ. The Nandu Yadav, can you do Indian weddings?
Why are you looking at me? We can.
Man. So,
We can.
you know what? Screw it. Cancel me. All right. We have two friends. Well, I have two friends.
I had two
I
friends.
have 3 friends total. 2 of them aren't here today. They both have shot an Indian wedding. At both of these weddings, you know what? This might come across as a stereotype, and I don't want it to be.
You have a lot of Indian followers. You might want to.
I love my Indian followers. They make me who I am. All I'm saying is they both had gear stolen
They did.
at their Indian weddings. And so the joke has been, if you shoot an Indian wedding, you're going to lose a camera or an audio device. That's our joke. So we're kind of apprehensive to shoot
that's
one.
not our joke. Don't let me in there.
Nate started the joke.
I did not
and I
start
just
the
kind of,
joke.
told
I
it.
did not start
I'm
the
joking,
joke.
I'm joking. We would love to. We've had a few inquiries. I'm actually dying to have it in our portfolio.
Yeah,
Truly.
we can shoot an Indian wedding. When the right one comes along, we will. We've had inquiries, and they've been big budgets, and we're like, great. But then we find out it's like 14 days of shooting
One was 14 days.
for like 16 hours a day.
There was like a 3-day break in the middle.
It's crazy.
But it was a 14. It would have taken 14 days of our calendar
Yeah.
to shoot that event the way
So-
they wanted it shot.
When the right one comes along for the right budget, yeah.
I'd also love his second shoot an Indian wedding
Oh,
first. I haven't done
absolutely.
that yet.
I think that would make me feel a lot better because there's a lot of stuff that I
too.
don't understand that happens at those weddings.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah, we would.
but can we? Yes, we can.
Can we? Yes, we
Can
can.
we? All right, Cardio Heaven asks, how much do Runaway Vows bring in versus the actual filmmaking?
How much does Runaway Vows bring in versus actual
Runaway Vows
filmmaking?
is the actual filmmaking.
Yeah. Don't really know
Talk
exactly.
about the education page, maybe?
Maybe?
Well, the principle, if you watched last week's episode, stick to the end, we talk about pricing. The principle is Nate and I make sure that our pricing, we are technically employees of Runaway Vows, right? That's how you have to view it. So the business needs to make money, and so do its employees. And so if we want to shoot a wedding, Nate charges $1,500 for a day. So do I. That's $3,000. We double it, $6,000. We learned that from our mentors, Larev, and Aaron Tharp. Shout out to him. So that way our business can make money and our shooters can make money at the same time. So if that answers your question, it might have been a translation issue, but yeah, because there's a lot of typos. That's why.
Yeah.
Ruslano Palco Films.
Sorry, Ruslano.
How do I get my first client?
Ooh, we talk about this a lot in our online course. And man, it really brings me back because it brings me back to Tanner and Shay. Tanner and Shay, they're two of our really good friends, and they are just like the catalyst.
Tanner's probably the hottest man I know.
A very, very hot man.
Like,
yeah.
Enough to switch sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. They're just like two of our really good friends, and they were just catalysts in getting into the, at least, destination.
Yeah.
But also, because we had weddings before them, but they were the catalyst to getting into kind of the destination, the
You just know when things align.
market
like,
we wanted to be in.
One, it was out of state.
Right.
Check that box. Two, gorgeous couple.
Gorgeous couple.
That box isn't always checked. And three, detail-centric couple. So not only were they gorgeous, but like Shay had the most beautiful dress, had this cool hair thing that was unique.
I remember the hair thing.
Tanner had a three-piece suit, I think.
Yeah, you had.
And the location.
Yeah.
They had the spots. Like, everything just worked perfectly. It was a miracle.
And then, but even after they did their bridals, because what we're talking about is the bridals in Oregon, right? But even after their bridals, this was at FTF. Remember when we took them in the mountains by your house?
That was a big one for me.
And
that was
just
a big video for me.
helped filmed them, and
posing, the very first posing lesson I ever did.
Just posing and filming friends. If you don't have a couple in the pipeline, finding a friend that is engaged or they're just willing to put on a dress and a suit and go out there and pose and kiss and frolic in the field and make that as if that was a true couple, and then just market the heck out of it, post it everywhere, send it to planners, start working with planners. I would say those would be the two approaches actually. Posting the couple that you faked if you need to, and just shooting for a planner, BTS enough to the point where they feel comfortable giving you a client.
Yeah, priority one, guys. You have to show them what you can do if you wanted to pay you to do it. So well said. Raphael, which lens do you recommend for A6700 for weddings? Greetings from Brazil. Is that a crop sensor camera?
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter the camera. I think the principle, if you're wanting one lens, is to have a versatile lens, like a 24-70 or a 24-105, something that can be wide and tight, so you can get variety of shots as a early shooter with one camera. If you're more experienced and you kind of know what you're doing better, you have like more of a style you like, maybe you have two shooters, I would go primes. And Nate and I have proved time and time again that you can get through a whole wedding day gorgeously on a 50 and 85 combo. And I think Fury Films has proven that as well.
Yeah.
More commonly, though, we usually always have a 24-70 on us just for variety's sake. And like, there's no better lens to be run and gun when you have to do
is great.
quick changes in between, because planners love the wide room reveal. And you got to get that for them. So yeah. Eric, how long in your wedding career did you start to feel that your weddings were looking just the way you wanted? Never, actually.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't feel like ever.
It's always in retrospect.
I think social media has a big part to play in that.
But like, there are weddings now, like when I posted the wedding, I was like, no, it was good. But then like a year later, I'm like, wow, that was like the best wedding I've ever shot.
Yeah.
Like Sydney and Nick. Loved it when we posted it, but like it was a good one. So much better.
Yeah, it was a good wedding. It was like, it was a great wedding. But now we look back like,
wow, it was so pretty. Like, I was like, wow, like I love how we shot that.
Can we film that all the
Chelsea
time?
and Chad, like I loved it. Actually, in the moment, that was when we knew. Like these shots are killer.
Yep. We knew Chelsea and Chad was a good one. I will say, like we're still in that point of trying to, I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of like a moving goalpost. I don't know. I remember when we shot in Venice, really pretty wedding, and like a lot of people really like that film of ours, like the Venice.
Yeah,
the
we do too.
Yeah, we like it too. But I remember We got back, and I can't remember if it was just after we'd gotten back or just after the video was finished. We saw Flame Films was in Venice, and we saw the trailer they made, and we're just like, man,
We were trying to do too much.
yeah, we sucked.
Yeah.
We sucked.
Yeah.
We wish we would have done Flame
Really hard on
Film style.
ourselves. Yeah.
And that's where we started talking about, like, oh, the C70 is so soft, and like the mist filter thing, like what were we doing? But like at the end of the day, it was a good wedding.
Yeah. Beautiful video.
But you can always see, especially because social media, what you're missing and how not good you are.
And I think that just affirmed, to answer the question, kind of, is that affirmed like what look we liked.
Yeah.
And we like tight and tighter.
Yeah, we do.
We like the 50-85 combo so much.
Yeah.
With a sprinkle of wide.
Yep.
You know?
Very
So
small.
I don't know. I think it is trying variety and
Yeah.
then like learning like what I like that, I don't like that. Here's why I like that. I know some guys who shoot on 1635s all day and they love their stuff.
Yeah, and they kill it.
Yeah, but I'm just like, but that's not my look.
We've tried, and we
not
don't
my
really.
look.
Yeah.
What do you eat for breakfast from the Bermans?
The Bermans.
Seeing Josh this weekend. Yeah. Or I guess
Actually,
last weekend.
recently you got to try. Okay, recently what I've been eating for breakfast is oats overnight.
Disgusting.
Have you ever had them?
Disgusting.
You've had oats overnight?
It's like oatmeal.
You haven't had oats overnight.
Is it like oatmeal?
It is oatmeal.
That's
I
disgusting.
promise. I promise you have not had oats overnight. It's a little
Vomit.
bottle. It's
Puke.
a little bottle. Okay, and incredible flavors. Incredible flavors. Okay, but you mix it with just 7 ounces of Fairlife milk.
Flavors.
My favorite is maple.
Maple.
Okay, but they have
Probably have a cinnamon one. I'm
they have
guessing.
they have cinnamon. They have peanut butter chalky chip for you, Jake.
It's the texture.
But no, it's this little bottle of oatmeal, and you mix it with 7 ounces of Fairlife milk, 30 G's of protein right there, and you just tank it right in the morning. That's been my favorite breakfast recently. Oats
In
overnight.
the spirit of understanding both sides, I would like to try this, but I think it sounds disgusting.
It's the texture thing for you, right?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a little bit different texture of oatmeal.
Controversial. I was never a grits guy in Georgia, and
I'm
I
not
got
much of a
made
grits
fun
guy,
of it.
but yeah, you were in the South. I
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, I think oatmeal's nasty.
It has to be done right.
I like crunchy oatmeal. Like I like crunchy things.
It has to be done right.
It's like I'm eating spit up.
At the same time, though, there's this guy I follow. His name is Dr. Mike Israetel, and he teaches about
Israetel.
Israetel. He teaches about weightlifting and strength, and he's a really good YouTuber. And he has a take that I agree on. And he did this video on how to lose weight and how to get in shape. And his take was eat food that is a little more sucky, that doesn't taste so gosh dang good. Eat freaking oatmeal with a banana if it just gets you through it,
Maybe with a banana.
because it takes
Can I
you
sprinkle
of cinnamon brown
granola on
sugar
it?
or whatever. Just eat something that is enough that you don't throw up, but it takes you forever to eat, and I promise you'll be full and you'll eat less. And I was like, I agree with that. Not saying that oats
I need to
overnight
grow
is
up.
like that.
I haven't had oatmeal in 10 years.
You should try oats
Maybe
overnight.
I'll like it now.
Josh, you should try oats overnight. I think Josh is celiac. I think. You should try oats overnight. It's gluten free.
For breakfast.
Jake has some opinions about celiacs. Or no, diabetic. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm
wow,
airing out his medical.
all of his medical histories now
Sorry,
public.
Joe. Anyway, I'm here to say oats overnight. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Oats overnight is good.
For me, I like spilt chocolate milk. 90
Spilt's
grams,
good.
90 calories, 30 grams of protein. 20 grams.
I don't know how much. I think it's like 20 something.
Anyway, love spilt for the morning. If I don't drink that, I'm also my go-to for breakfast has been 2 eggs
Eggs,
and
baby.
then half a package, about 9 ounces of ground beef.
No, yeah. Eggs and steak and eggs is a fan favorite. Sorry if you can hear the construction
Yeah,
stuff
sorry,
in the
guys.
background. We just
We'll
can't
get a
escape
refund.
it. We can't escape it wherever we go. Steak and
Yeah.
eggs.
So ground beef, eggs, and I cook the beef with like fajita seasoning usually.
Yeah.
Or the sauce for fajitas, and
Yeah.
then been trying out carb counter tortillas.
Hmm.
Not bad.
Hmm.
They're not great. It's like 90 calories for
Yeah.
a full tortilla, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll usually make that if I want like an actual burrito with it, and then I'll usually do a side of fruit in my breakfast. Watermelon usually.
I'm also not I'm not the type of person that only eats breakfast food. for breakfast. I can eat like
Really?
vegetables and
That's
the most
disgusting.
hearty dinner for
Okay.
breakfast at 8 a.m. Like it just, food is food to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also love plain Greek yogurt with granola, honey, and blueberries and blackberries.
Yeah.
That's more of like a lunch thing for me. I probably have that when I get home.
Yeah. Bottom line is just protein.
Yeah,
Just a
we use a
protein
protein
breakfast.
This season though, definitely Count Chocula. Big Count Chocula guy.
Ah, dude, a bowl of
And the
cereal in the morning. Ooh.
Big. That
Woo.
whole lineup. I Amazon it. I love that much.
Yeah.
All right. JB Focal Films. Top 3 must-have pieces of kit on a full-day wedding shoot. Let's just rattle these off because we have a lot to get through. And we're talking too long. You go first. Your top 3 pieces, just name them off. Pieces of a kit on a full-day wedding
So
shoot.
we're excluding lenses.
Probably
camera,
cameras and
all that
lenses, yeah.
stuff. I would say,
But not gimbals. Let's not exclude gimbals.
yeah. Okay.
If that's in your
Well-
top 3. Doesn't have to be. I'm not saying to put it there.
For me, I would say gimbal. Gimbal
Okay.
would be in there. Not that you have to use it, but it's nice to have. Nothing sucks more than when you want it and you don't. I would say an audio recorder, like a Tascam or Tentacle Sync. And then I would say also, oh man, what's the third one? A little bit of a different take here. I would say the little sling pouch. That thing is really
I like
nice.
it.
You can house a lot of stuff in there,
Mhm.
and it's really quick.
Because we have the same kit, I'll do 3 different things. If I have 3 different things.
Ooh, I can think of one.
Bumblebee stickies.
Bumblebee.
Um,
One that I'm really thinking
I think Peak Design Tripod is a new
Yep.
must-have.
for traveling at least.
Yeah. I'm not in my head about what your 4th thing is.
Don't mess it up.
What do I need? I recently have been loving what company is it? The card case with the
Oh yeah, I don't know the company.
With
But
the
yeah,
rib.
No, that's nice. That was a really nice one.
I like when we were wearing a suit coat,
Yeah.
especially. You
Yeah.
don't see it. You clip it on your belt, and you just swap cards.
That's a
I
really nice
seriously
one.
been loving that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Sony TX660.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony TX660.
That thing is
yeah.
a game changer.
Yeah. We have 2. Love those things.
All right, rapid fire.
Google Ads or Wedding Pro? The hell?
Neither.
From John Loafquist froze. What is Wedding Pro? Wedding Video Pro?
I'm guessing like Wedding Wire or something like that.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good till you hit like
I think
3,000.
Google Ads. I think Google SEO is important, but I don't think ads are important. Google Ads.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know what Wedding Pro is.
I'm guessing
If it's like The Wire, then
I'm guessing it was like the
definitely
Wire.
focus more on Google
Wedding,
SEO.
Wedding Wire. I'm guessing that's what he was
Yeah.
guessing.
Jomani, best budget camera you'd recommend for wedding videography? I'm a beginner.
What's budget?
Yeah, what's budget, man?
Yeah.
Probably the ZV.
E1, E10.
I forget what the difference is. Whichever one's cheaper, the E10 or the E1.
Yeah.
Which one's cheaper?
I don't know.
Whatever one's cheaper. I don't know if it's the E10 or the E1. That one. I think it's an amazing beginner camera.
But even like the Canon R8s.
Yeah,
we got
or
some-
the
we got-
M50 Mark II.
Yeah, M50 Mark II.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Or the R8 too.
something that shoots 4K
Fantastic.
60 ideally.
Yeah, minimum 4K 60, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Everything else is just whatever.
Yeah.
Don't need log. Don't need. It's
Yeah,
just
bells
4K
and
60
whistles.
is kind of the main. Is it reasonable to start shooting a wedding with a 5D Mark IV in 2024? Absolutely.
Man.
Photography or videography?
We actually just talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
I think we're going to shoot a wedding solely on the Mark IV
Might rent one.
in 2020, maybe 2024, but most likely 2025.
Mhm.
And just to show that is the greatest camera of all
I'm
time.
so excited to do it. And we're gonna do it in 1080p as well.
Or maybe just, what if we did 4K 24? All 4K
1.7
24.
crop,
1.7 crop.
maybe. Throw on some 20 primes.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite episode of The Office? Besides Scott's Tots, because that's just the worst.
Maybe. I could be completely biased because we watched this yesterday, but the gay witch hunt is so,
Well, he's talking about Angela.
so funny.
Maybe Angela's gay, Dwight. I don't think so. Maybe she could be. He's like, no, I don't think so. And he keeps looking at the camera. I love that episode. I love that.
Gay witch hunt is so funny.
I think for me, it's the house party.
That's a good one too.
Got my plasma screen TV. Just goes right in. And then you call each other babe. Oh. If you could master instantly any skill, what would it be?
I've thought about this. It would be the skill to learn anything. Anything.
If you have one wish to have 1,000 wishes.
No. It's the skill to learn anything that you see done.
Okay.
So if I see you play
Like
piano,
photographic memory, both the skill.
Yeah. If I see you play piano, I can
Okay,
play
well,
piano.
that trumps everything.
I know. That's why it's the best skill.
Second best skill.
Second best skill, I would say. I've always wanted to be able to breathe underwater. I don't know why.
Wow.
It'd be so cool.
There's a little superhero fantasy here.
Yeah, you just breathe
Little
underwater.
Aquaman. Never knew that about you.
Being invisible or being able to fly. Or no, I take it back. Take it back. Maybe this is because we've traveled to Europe so many times here. Being able to teleport.
Okay. Teleportation's on my list.
And teleport the people I hold.
This isn't.
It would do zero good for me if only I teleported and my wife
This
is
isn't a
stuck in
superpower
JFK.
question. This is a
skill.
skill question.
It's a skill. I'm just thinking about
Teleport,
superpower.
breathe underwater. No one does that. I don't even know if anyone can like watch a skill and
I
do
just
it
I
either.
just instantly went to superpowers. I
Okay.
don't know why.
Skill.
Dude, I would love to be able to just hear something and be able to play it.
Yeah.
I think that's such a cool skill.
Yeah. I think it would be to be able to read the stock market trends. Like what the guy in The Big Short can do.
Just
To be able to like identify, like be like that bunch of a genius to like analyze and be able to make big bets on things.
photographic memory would be pretty cool.
Second one, more realistically, to sing like Benson Boone.
Yeah.
I would give my left nut
Yeah.
to sing like Benson Boone.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
You have a great voice.
No.
Transfer to singing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tone deaf.
Dude, you could be raspy.
No.
You could be
No, I can't sing.
bassy.
No. Kenzie's listening to this laughing at your
That
take here.
surprises me.
Sing. I would love to sing.
Okay.
I think
Sing
sing
someone.
comes into play so many times.
Yeah.
And I'd always be like, oh no.
Oh no, guys.
No.
I'm not prepared.
Happy. Yeah, I would go. This one's to me.
Okay.
Hey, Jake, what are the odds I could send you my portfolio and you can critique it? If you dare. Send it over.
Yeah.
First camera. Mine was a T2i.
Mine was a
Canon
T2i
T2i,
as
okay.
well.
What is your favorite, run and gun or big productions from Mr. Guidus?
Favorite run and done productions.
Do you like run
that
and
we
gun
do?
or do you like big productions?
Oh. Ooh. I'd say more run and gun.
I think I'm a run and gun guy.
Run and gun. Yeah.
However, actually,
I mean, even
I'm better at run and gun, but my favorite projects at FTF with those last few when I was directing and
Yeah.
running a big project, I loved it.
yeah, that was
The
fun.
Batman and Adam
was fun.
project, loved
Yeah, that was fun.
those. What's our number one source of inquiries from Miracle Moments weddings? I should actually know this because I handle our inquiries. Word of mouth, actually.
Still
Right
word
now,
of mouth?
this year, word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's referrals, and I say that
Mostly.
from referrals from planners, brides, and photographers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like they come from those clients the most.
Okay.
Not Instagram, not ads, not SEO. This year, it changes every year. It's been word of mouth. Answer this one. Best suit for warm weather.
Whatever Manny gives us.
Yeah. We got this guy at Men's Warehouse who's been fitting us up. We've been wearing Men's Warehouse recently, and they breathe pretty well.
Yeah.
I think suits, just you have to bite the bullet. You're going to be hot in a suit,
Yeah.
unless you're wearing Lululemon. Those suits, but I think those kind of look rough.
I feel like they don't hold their.
I wore one. I don't love it. I know Lindsay wanted one. I wonder if he ended up buying it, but. Do you have Snapchat? No. Do you have Snapchat?
No. I mean, I have an account. I don't have the
Yeah.
app. I haven't used the app in like 5 years.
Yeah. People use it like social media. People like grow
Yeah.
on that app. I had no idea.
I think.
We were part of like year one Snapchat. That was
Yeah.
our high school.
Yeah. Maybe I'm old fashioned here, but I think if you're married and you're using Snapchat, a little shady.
Okay.
A little shady.
Sam Dallin, thoughts?
I mean, yeah.
Guess none other than we're married. Couldn't.
I just think the current ecosystem of Snap is like that's how you first get people's.
Tanner says
You don't get their numbers anymore. You get their Snapchat.
Yeah. That's what Tanner says. Tanner
Yeah,
says it's literally like iMessage. Like they never
Yeah.
text. It's always Snapchat.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Courtney J. Photo,
Love Courtney.
mid photographer from the Idaho area. Joking.
Best ever.
If you weren't a videographer, what would you be? I would manage a megaplex. I would manage a movie theater tomorrow if I quit this job.
It's scary to know how close Jake is to actually pursuing that.
One more plane ride, I'm almost there.
Yeah, one bad day away from being a megaplex manager and absolutely killing it. And
I think I would.
loving life.
I would think I would run a movie theater really well.
You would
Yeah.
be very efficient, perfect popcorn.
But knowing me, I'd also be bored after a week. Genuinely.
I would do a bakery. I'd be a baker.
And he also wants to run an olive oil shop.
Yeah, an
Or
olive oil
combined in the bakery. maybe?
an olive oil and bakery, just all in one, just a shop.
Yeah.
Just have my own little.
Okay. Realistically,
Vineyard in the back.
let's say we quit tomorrow,
Realistically,
and you wanted to put into like an actual career.
Realistically,
What would you
I
wanna do?
would be a software developer,
Yeah.
just because that's what I went to college for.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I always think like risk removed, and Tanner and I were talking about this the other day. How fun would it be to go to culinary school and work to be a Michelin star chef?
Be so dope.
I know you earn a Michelin star, but like at one of those level of restaurants.
Yeah,
that'd be so
that'd
fun.
be sick.
I also think maybe cheesy. I think life coaching would be kind of fun to try.
Life coaching would be fun. I think just being a coach would be fun.
Growing up, I wanted to be a motivational speaker like my dad.
Mm.
I think that would be enjoyable. Yeah, I think managing a movie theater would be pretty fun.
Moral of the story: we're all in on Plan A. We have no Plan B.
Courtney J. Photo. If you didn't live in Utah, where would you live? You can't say Arkansas. That she
That
said.
sucks. Not Idaho.
Funny, I had this conversation with my mom like this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to say the PNW, but I don't think I
Over
would
it?
anymore. It's just
Nate's a conservative. Josh,
No,
from
I-
listening to this. What the hell's wrong with the PNW?
no. I still would. I've only been there once and I loved it, and it was enough
an
for me to be
amazing
like,
place.
I would come back
It's
here, but
awesome.
like I just don't know enough about it, and I just don't. It's been an idea. It's been the unicorn, but I feel like if I actually went there, I'd be like, oh, actually, I don't know.
Okay.
No, I joked and said not Idaho, but it might be Idaho.
Really?
Maybe Texas.
Meridian?
Texas. I think
Okay.
Texas. I really
part?
like Austin.
Austin.
I liked Austin.
I would do Austin.
Brutal summers.
For me, Chelsea, New York. Like Chelsea, Manhattan, not sure. District of Chelsea. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
But New York City, I think it'd be for a year though. I don't think I'd live there a
I
long
don't think
time.
I could do the hustle.
But I
bustle
think
life
a
for-
year, I would seriously love that.
Yeah.
Money was no object, like Outer Banks or South Carolina, beach house type thing.
Yeah.
Meridian's beautiful. Like the dream would be to have like a 200-acre property in Montana.
Yeah. Oh, Montana would be cool. I would like Montana.
Um,
But Utah first. Yeah, Utah's great.
something each of you do that makes you cringe.
That each
I'm
of
gonna
us.
let you go first to see how rude we're gonna be, and then I'll match his
Something that
energy.
each of us. This was to your.
It's from
Instagram.
Courtney, so I'm applying it to
Oh.
us. Because she asked me something that Nate does that makes you cringe. So you go first, and I'll match your I'll
That
match
make-
your energy.
that makes me cringe.
I'm also really sensitive and very insecure, so please be.
No, I'll play it easy here. I'll play it easy.
No, play hard. It sounds like you have something
Well,
ready
no,
to go.
this is just the first one that came up
Oh God.
of 5. Just kidding. I would say, and this is just because it's not my personality at all, and this is the cringe, but it's
Give me the queen thing.
the queen thing. It's just whenever I hear the yes, queen,
I
I'm
need to
just
stop
like,
it.
"Ah." But the thing is, the brides usually love it, and they're just like,
Sometimes
but
we've been together when we both know the bride was
And-
like,
and now, yeah, she's like, is this guy? Oh, he's married. Okay, is it? I would say
Nothing
to your
wrong.
credit though, you do keep up on trends, like TikTok comment trends. But sometimes
is that cringy? That's cringy though.
Sometimes, like the other day, we were at the styled shoot, and you're like, very demure,
Very demure, very mindful.
mindful.
The bride loved
and the
it.
bride
She
was
was
like,
stiff.
oh my gosh,
They
did
loved
you
it.
say very demure?
And some of those photographers who I was trying to break the ice with, they reacted to it.
Right. Which again, yeah, to your credit, you keep up with that, and like it's
I'm
just
already
not
over.
me.
I'm already over it. Though.
I just don't care about it.
Okay.
I could never be like, yes, queen. Oh my god.
I don't say it like that, do I?
There have been times where you're like, yes, queen, and I'm just
I
like,
do. Okay.
a little bit of emphasis, and I'm like, ah.
Sometimes I feel a need to be more feminine.
It's true. That's true.
Because
To make them more comfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I cringe myself out. I genuinely do.
But yeah, just the queen thing. Yeah, Jake, what do I do that makes you cringe?
Whistling.
Dude, I'm trying to break
I'm
that
sorry.
so
I'm sorry.
bad.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to break that
I'm sorry.
habit so bad.
You're the only human being I know that whistles.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Dude,
And I know when you're whistling because I know you. It's
Yeah.
when you're like
it's like
tweaking on
it's like a
something.
tick. Yeah, it's
and you're anxious about something. I'm like,
feel-
because then I get stressed when I hear a whistle. I'm like, okay, well, what's Nate stressed about? Because now I'm stressed about that.
Yeah, no, I've definitely noticed that, especially since being on camera, and I'm just like, stop freaking whistling, Nate. Like it bothers me
In
too.
between takes.
Yeah,
And I felt good about bringing this up because Kayla brought it up
yeah.
in a kind of a group therapy session we had
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
cruise.
little group therapy
And so I
session.
said,
for Nate.
okay, it's out in the
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, no,
It's
it is
fair
out in the
game.
open. Yeah, actively fighting against it. Like right now, I just want to whistle.
Don't whistle.
wanna
And I will
whistle.
stop saying queen. I think I'm over it. The last wedding we did that, I was like, it was funny when Queer Eye was saying it all the time.
Yeah.
And Queer Eye was really popular.
Right.
And I love Queer Eye. And it's just been a few years now. It's been a few years.
It's been a while.
Like since 2022, I think I've been saying it.
I don't really hear many people say it except you.
I know.
But hey.
I said demure for a week and I'm done with it.
Yeah, that one went quick.
That was a funny try.
Yeah. That was a good try.
Okay. Where can I find wedding editors?
Test them out.
A lot of options. Wed editor, wed edits, the wedding editing house. What's it called? The editing house.
The editing house.
Silver Fox Productions does edits. Jason McCutcheon has an editing house, which is really good.
Editor.
A lot of options.
Yeah.
You guys, we're gonna cut because our cameras have to die. We're gonna do a part 2 next week
Mhm.
because there are some funny questions to go. So
And the construction's driving us crazy.
yeah,
And it probably just stopped now that we're done.
yeah.
All right, if you've made it this far in the podcast, sorry, first of all. Second,
No wide shots.
yeah,
That camera.
that
died.
camera's dead. We just can't escape.
Did it die or fill?
The
They were-
card's full.
okay.
Card's full.
At least it
Okay.
was our safety angle.
But, which is a principle. If you made it this far, we are to the pass, okay? Jacob.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, I got one for you.
I like how the pass will always be just Nate giving me the pass.
Jake, what is your opinion on immigration? Just kidding.
Well, I
No,
found
Jake,
value in.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to talk about raw footage.
Okay.
Whether or not videographers should provide clients with the raw, unedited footage, and if so, at what cost?
Hmm.
Now, a little backstory here. There was that one that went TikTok viral. Was it CP? It was CP Bride. Okay. And
I forget that's how you say it.
the photographer was going to give them the raw photos, I think for $4,000. And people were like, sorry, what? And it raised kind of a controversy of raw footage, raw photos. Should you even sell them? If so, how much? So let's say from a videographer
And the
standpoint.
big take, a large part of the community of photographers said we gotta stop gatekeeping photography or raw as like some sacred thing
Right.
that people don't understand
Mhm.
because you can literally import raw photos into your Lightroom on your phone
Right.
and add your preset.
Yeah. No. So for videographers, let's just say videographers right now.
Okay, I'll start by saying
Okay.
the people who are complaining about raw being $4,000 probably wouldn't have spent even $500 on a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they deserve to be in this conversation. And that's my issue. Okay. That's my issue. People don't deserve to be in all these conversations.
Right.
Anyway, our conversation that we're having very respectfully.
Yeah. Very
Yes,
mindfully.
I think you should always give your client the option to purchase raw.
But you shouldn't just do it.
I
It should be
don't-
an
I
add-on.
do not think you should include
It
it.
should be an add-on.
No.
Okay.
Here's my logic. Tell me if this even works.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
You walk into a restaurant.
Okay. I'm in the scene.
You walk into a restaurant and
Okay.
you buy a burger.
Mm-hmm.
You love the burger.
Love. Speaking of, we need to go to Mosita Marketplace. Best burger.
We got time. Mr. Incredible. You buy a burger. Are you listening?
I'm listening. I'm just seeing if Mosita's open.
No, I'm going right home after this. You kidding me?
Okay.
I'm done with you.
I
You
might
kidding
go.
me?
I might go. Okay. I buy a burger. Oh, it's open.
You
till
buy
6.
a
We're chilling.
burger.
Yeah. What's in the burger?
You love the burger.
Yeah.
It's an average barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Okay. Good
Love it.
ingredients. You
Love it.
love it. Divulge it. Enjoy it.
Onion ring. on top.
Appreciate the chef for making it.
Mhm.
You love it so much you want more.
Mm.
You loved all the ingredients so much you want to see them separate. So you ask,
Fresh lettuce.
You asked-
fresh
yeah, you asked the
tomatoes,
chef.
Fresh.
hey, give me that again, but just don't make it this time. Give me all the ingredients for
Mhm.
free.
Mhm.
Let me admire them as individual pieces of this meal at no cost.
Mhm.
Crazy.
A
I think
little
that analogy
crazy.
works really well.
I think it works.
You bought, and again, let's dumb down wedding videography and photography as it's a product. You're asking for what makes up the product to be given to you for free.
Right.
And I don't think that, because in the real world, in production world, in corporate world, if the client wants to buy or have that footage from you, they buy it.
They buy it outright.
And if they want you to not post it, they buy a usage fee,
Uh-huh.
a rights fee.
Yep.
So I think if a bride wants the raw footage, you should be selling it. And if you're giving away for free, one, I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
Mhm.
And that's really all. You're a
Mhm.
chef being taken advantage of, and you're losing out on money that you could put towards your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to hurt you.
I agree.
That's my take
I agree.
with a great kitchen analogy.
What's hilarious to me, though, what is absolutely hilarious is the first time a videographer has requested the raw footage, and you're not sure if you said something or were talking behind somebody's back or something. Like, you're talking with a photographer
From
about, like,
experience?
no, of course not. But, like, let's say they request the footage and you all of a sudden have to think, like, ooh, this was not my favorite wedding. Do you remember the dad that was, like, taking pictures with the phone who
Oh,
got in the
yeah.
aisle? Did I say something to the photographer? Now, all of a sudden, you have to go through all your footage and make sure you didn't say one
Yeah.
disrespectful thing, one thing that could even, not even disrespectful, but that could even be interpreted
Yeah.
as being disrespectful.
Do you think we are alone on this? Do you think everyone else
I
is respectful
sure
and
hope not.
professional for the entire 8 hours, and we're the guys who are shiz talking?
No, which we are not.
We're not.
We're not.
We don't.
Because we have
But
learned.
every now and then, mainly me, not so much Nate, a guest will do something. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
right.
Like, I'm like getting the speech camera set up, and I know I'm gonna dub over with the good audio. I'm like, okay, sit down, fatty. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you
I've never
say
said that.
yeah. Well,
I don't think I've said that.
can't be for sure. But we've learned. Okay, and we're not even like
have.
speaking from traumatic.
As
like
we've
didn't
sold more and more raw footage.
yeah, as we've
packages.
sold more and more raw footage, we've just learned when you hit record, you stop talking. You do not talk.
And I've even saved photographers before.
Yeah, you
and
just cut
like
it.
Sam, another. Like, hey,
Exactly.
hit record. I know you're venting about how much you hate the mother of the bride. I'm hitting record.
Right. They're mid combo, and you're like, hang on, I'm
That-
about
that-
to record.
Yeah.
Record,
Mhm.
and then you hear the Sony,
Or
and then you can pick it up.
here's another.
Just don't talk bad
here's
about
another
people, I
option.
guess.
You let it roll, and you blackmail for money.
Yeah.
You turn runaway blackmail, our
Runaway
new
Black.
branch of the business.
What an add-on.
That would be crazy.
Imagine the add-on.
That would actually be a wild
Blackmail.
documentary. We film a whole wedding, and then we'd never stop recording. Actually, our job shadows,
Or pretty much that.
you could find that.
Yeah.
You could.
No.
We have that
yeah.
from.
We do. No, yeah. We don't talk bad about people.
No.
Okay.
Usually just
overall-
behind their back.
Overarching thing, just don't talk bad about people ever, right? Right, Jake?
If you bother me, I'm going to say it. I don't care.
But especially as a videographer, like even hold your tendencies to get mad at like a guest.
Even
or,
just casual, though, right?
yeah, even just casual, because there have been times there was a raw footage I'm thinking of. I did shoot it with Samuel, and this was a couple years ago, but it was a temple wedding, and it was really, really rainy. Okay, and there was a clip where Sam was just like, I can't remember if it was Sam or me, but it was just
Probably
like,
Sam.
It was probably Sam, but it was just like, man, this weather like is crazy, and even just like the way it was said. I wouldn't want that to get in the bride's hands.
Nothing about the bride, nothing
Yeah.
about the groom, but it was like, wow, you kind of slandered my day there.
Yeah, like the bride would see that and be like, oh, like they were actually miserable the whole day they were filming. So like, yeah, just make sure when you hit record, you just don't talk. Just better principle here on a wedding day. Everything is good. Everything is fine. If you hate the vendors, you love them. Okay, just everything's good.
Yeah, and let's be real, you guys. We're all gonna say some critique to the vendors we work with
Right.
at every wedding.
Right.
But Nate and I never do it until we're in the car.
Yeah.
And it's usually like more of like a pros and cons. Like, here's what I loved, here's what I didn't, here's what I learned, here's what we didn't. It's never just like, oh my gosh, I hate. Okay,
Yeah.
rarely do I ever hate somebody.
Yeah, it's always just like what
Yeah.
what could we have done better? How
But
could we have done?
I've walked away from conversations with vendors at a wedding because I'm like,
Because they're just
I'm not
ripping
like,
into other
whoa,
people.
I'm not going to be a part of this
Right.
conversation. Because what if a guest overhears
I
you
know.
talking to me
Mhm.
about the planner or about the florist or about the DJ? I don't want to be associated with that moment.
Right.
I've walked away.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Same.
When
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
walk away.
All right. I got to go film.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I look at other podcasts like Vendor Table Pod.
Yeah.
Fantastic name. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you hear that name, you know instantly what it's about.
You're going to spill some
We've
tea.
all been at a
You're
vendor
going to spill
table.
some tea.
And then there's the Feast or Famine Pod, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, I resonate with that too.
Yeah.
And then the kitchen. And sometimes we should. we
Wait, all
should.
three of those have food-related names.
They do, but ours has nothing to do with wedding videography or being a wedding vendor in general.
Oh, true. Yeah.
If we were to rebrand, I think an iconic moment is that car ride home when you shut the doors and it's finally just you, just with your second shooter, and you're just like,
Well, that
so-
sucked.
that sucked. Or man, that was
What would you
amazing.
call it?
I don't know, man. Something about the car
Sure.
ride home.
The car ride home.
The car ride. But that makes no sense for a wedding podcast.
Maybe. Kitchen doesn't either.
But that's an iconic moment. You
Yeah,
know,
it
you
is.
just get in, you're just like, man.
Just white knuckling. 10 and 2. Man. Great pass.
Yeah.
Excellent pass. You guys, we will see you. Well, kind of abrupt.
All right. I
Thanks
guess,
for listening.
We're done.
Thanks for listening. We'll kind of ease out of this. See you next week on The Kitchen.